Unfortunately, just sending an online application is no longer enough. And I know a lot of people are going to be mad from this video, but let me tell you the truth about what happens in corporate, that what happens in recruitment processes, right? So you're going to make sure that your CV is fine, it's ATS friendly, it's going to make it through the ATS, but unfortunately, that's not the only thing you should be worried about, okay? So making sure that your CV is ATS friendly is just to ensure that the CV at least gets the chance to be seen by a recruiter, right? So, but the second layer that you need to be thinking about is competition when the CV gets seen, right? So let's say, for example, 500 people apply for this job and they're looking just for one person, right? They're going to shortlist for interviews maybe 10 people, sometimes even less than 10, okay? So they out of the 500 people, 100 people are gonna make it through the ATS and only 10 people will get shortlisted. So it's the battle now of competition, because if there's 100 CVs that a recruiter has to see, how do you make yours stand out? How do you make yours get seen, right? And this is where now there's multiple things you can do, and one of the things is connections. One of the most important thing is networking, being known there. When you're sending an application, have somebody internally that's pushing your CV, have someone internally that's vouching for you, have somebody internally that's advocating for you, so that the recruiter goes there and specifically search for your CV. Yeah. Specifically, it's just sending a cold online application. Most of the time you're going to get rejected, but sending an online application with someone internally vouching and pushing for you, or even sending your CV to someone that's internal so that they can send it directly to recruitment or to HR, is very, very important. Okay, you remember when we always say that, you need connections to get a job? This is the time where you need connections, because yes, your CV might be really, really good, right? But if out of the 100 people that makes it through the ATS, the recruiter already got 10 people that were recommended, that had people vouching for them, your chances of even getting that interview gets lower and lower, no matter how good your CV is. So there's always internal things that are actually doing that, right? But the second thing that you can do, if you do not know anyone, is to strengthen your CV and communicate well, articulate your value, okay? Make sure your CV has numbers. Make sure your CV shows the impact of your work. We want to see the results. Make sure that your CV shows the scale of your work. If you were a manager, you are applying for a manager role, right? Don't just say lead a team. Tell them how many people you managed, because that tells them how many people can you manage. And if they are looking for someone to manage a team of 10 or team of 50, right, they can decide if they want you, okay? Show them the impact, the results of your work. That's what's going to make you stand out. A lot of people still don't put numbers on their CV. So having numbers on your CV, having a link to your LinkedIn profile on your CV, those are some of the things that's going to be attractive to a recruiter, that they're going to spend a little bit more time on your CV. They're going to scan your CV, make sure that your CV is scannable by human eyes. We're not just pressing the ATS. We want to make it easy to read for the recruiter. So when they scan on your CV, they say, oh, there's a link to your LinkedIn profile. Okay, let me click there, right? They get to know you. They get to see you personally. They get to see your personal brand. Scan, go to the experience and say, oh, okay, there's numbers, there's impact, there's values. Yes, this is exactly what we're looking for. Then you become a shortlisted candidate. That's how you stand out.